Before I came on this trip to Japan, I never heard of Kamakura or Enoshima, I don't know how you say it, but I saw a couple TikToks on it while I was here my first few days, and then when I was sitting in my hotel, a little ad for it popped up on the TV. So I'm taking that as a sign that I'm supposed to go. So today we're doing a day trip to Enoshima. Alright, just took the train to Enoshima station. Now I'm gonna walk across the bridge to get to Enoshima Island. That island over there is where we're headed. About to cross the bridge from the mainland to Enoshima, and I can already tell that the vibe here is way different. It's a lot more low-key, a lot more relaxed, and a lot less, it's like stressful, like fast-paced. Check out this statue. So, the air smells different here. Everything feels different, totally different vibe from the big city. It's 9:30, so much of the shops aren't open yet. Not open yet. This place serves ice cream sodas that look pretty good, especially that melon one.
So at Enoshima, they have these escalators that you could take to the top of the island instead of taking the stairs if you don't want the scenic route. And considering the humidity during the summer in Japan, taking these escalators are pretty clutch in my opinion.
So washing your money here is supposed to double it. So we're gonna do just that, and hopefully we get ready. So here's the thing I put the money in. Let's see. Now we have some clean money. Next step, profit. Coming here early in the morning, there's not too many people. It's not that crowded. It's really peaceful, really tranquil. You get to think a lot, you know. When you're on a solo trip and you're in like a big city, you're always trying to figure out like, where do I need to go next? So it's tough to really get a moment to think. But when you're on a solo trip by yourself in like these tranquil, peaceful spots, you get to really reflect. Now, look at this view of the ocean. My goal is to see Mount Fuji, because you're supposed to be able to see Mount Fuji from here, but I think it's a little bit foggy today, so I don't know if we're going to be able to accomplish that goal and get to see Mount Fuji from here. But let's see, cross our fingers and hope for the best. Even if we don't, it's no problem. This place is awesome without it. So Alright, one negative thing is it's hella hot right now. Super humid, super hot. So I'm gonna try this strawberry shaved ice. Cool myself down. Let's try it. Slaps. Now, you might think that this is vanilla ice cream that they put on it, but it's actually milk ice cream. Potato milk ice cream. I don't know why we don't have milk ice cream in the States, but let's try it with that. Probably this is a 10 out of 10. Ain't no way around it. One of the things that they have to do on Enoshima Island is this observation deck, where you can get pretty high up and see a pretty nice view of the landscape of the island, and then Tokyo in the distance, and on a good day, Mount Fuji. So, over there is where we're supposed to be able to see Mount Fuji, but I guess it's too cloudy, so that's alright. Mission failed, but just a reason to come back here one day. So on the other side of the island is this pathway that leads to some caves, and in the caves are some shrines and things like that.
They give you a little candle here to help light up the pathway in the cave. Pretty fun. So, this shrine is apparently the birthplace of Enoshima Shrine. Pretty interesting. This part of the cave has a strange ambiance to it. The music and the lights and the sounds create a little bit of a spooky vibe. After the caves, I stopped by a cafe to cool down and got a much needed lemonade. It was really good.
The observatory deck, the gardens, and the caves, along with the escalators, all were 1,100 yen. When I got to the train station, there was a tourist booth that was selling a package ticket for all of those things for 1,100 yen, so I just grabbed that. And it was definitely worth it, especially just for the escalator. Climbing all this without the escalator would have been hell. So if you do this, I definitely recommend getting the escalator, or getting the ticket that includes everything.
On the way back, the shops that were at the entrance of the island were all open because now it was later, 11 a.m. or after 11 a.m. They all opened up.
I just had this Enoshima pudding. Didn't record it because it looked too good, so I just went ahead, and it was delicious. I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. If you're here in Enoshima, you gotta definitely try it. Cafe Grand Line. Look at this. They got a poster of Monkey D. Luffy. Unfortunately, it's closed though, so might need to make another trip so I can head out. So I saw a sign for a monorail, and I looked it up on Google Maps, and taking the monorail is one of the routes I could do to go to Kamakura, so I'm gonna do it.
Finally, we got to Kamakura. This is the part of the town with all the little shops and stuff. This rickshaw driver sold me going around and my jaw a little bit. I felt bad because of how hot it is, but he was the one trying to sell this to me, so yeah.
Oh, where? Oh, where are you from?
America Jin.
Oh, America. Nihongo.
I don't know how to speak, but I do some words.
Yeah. Perfect. I understand. So, how many days you gonna stay in Japan?
5 more days.
5 more days. I see. What day now?
Huh?
5 days?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay in Japan.
Yes.
And then what date now? First day?
No, total 10 days. Now I've passed 5 days.
Okay, I see.
5 more days
I
left.
see. You already went to Enoshima?
Yes, I went there today, this morning.
Okay. Oh, good plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The rickshaw driver recommended this place as our destination. It is, according to him, the prettiest road in Kamakura.
I don't think I would have discovered this place if that rickshaw driver hadn't told me, yeah, this is the most beautiful road in Kamakura. Gotta go here. So, not single tourist is here. Ain't that crazy, bro? It's just me. Look at this. What a pristine piece of, I don't want to say nature because it's a road, but I don't know, culture. Pristine piece of Japan, that's what I should say. Finally made it to the giant Buddha statue. Pretty huge. Honestly, it's actually mind-blowing how they built something so big. As a statue, like a piece of art that big. Look at how many people are actually here at this shrine. If this was Kyoto, this place would be packed to the brim. There are a few tourists here, but not like a crazy amount. The fact that this isn't packed to the brim is pretty cool, and hopefully it stays that way. But this is Kamakura, or Karakuma. Karakuma is like a mini Kyoto in many ways, and honestly, it's cool because it's not packed out, and it has things like this that honestly Kyoto might be a little overrated right now. Hot take. You should definitely come to Kamakura if you get the chance. It's only an hour outside of Tokyo. And unlike Kyoto, it's not packed out, and it has temples and shrines that are just as good, if not better. Alright, I made it back from Kamakura, back to Tokyo, and honestly, it was an awesome day trip. I cannot emphasize how much of a value going to Kamakura was. It is so close to Tokyo, an hour away, and Enoshima is 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours, but the distance is it's so close to Tokyo, and the value of what you get, it's like going to Kyoto in itself. At least Kamakura is, and Enoshima is a whole nother beast. Enoshima is so cool. and everything I did in Enoshima costed me 1,100 yen. That is absolutely nothing. That is like $7. Honestly, that is such a great value. And then Kamakura right after has so many shrines and temples and things like that are awesome. And then there's that main street with the food and everything, and the value you get for that is great. It was only 300 yen to go see the Buddha statue, like $2. Like, can't beat that kind of value. And there's way less tourists. You get to see so much without like losing that experience due to like all these tourists pushing you and shoving you, and like you're trying to like, oh, do I go this way or that way or whatever. Like, Kyoto is such a pain in the ass due to how many tourists there are. This is way more chill. Feels like a way more authentic experience. Not saying you shouldn't go to Kyoto. Kyoto definitely should be on everyone's list because it's such a historical and cultural significance. But the experience here packs way more of a punch per 100 yen per dollar. Like your money goes further in these towns for what you experience, and definitely should not be overlooked, these small little towns. And it's not even that, though they're not even that small of a towns. Like they're not tiny little towns either, but they're just so overlooked. The value should not be slept on. Definitely need to go to Kamakura, in my opinion. Enoshima too. That being said, make sure if you ever come to Tokyo, you visit something, a little day trip out of Tokyo. You'll have a great experience. Peace.